Hello, I'm Karen Garza, Superintendent of the Fairfax County Public Schools. Welcome to the 2014-2015 school year. I'm looking forward to my second year as Superintendent of this outstanding school division. This past year, I visited 82 schools and held 12 listening tours where we had about 2,000 participants. These were great opportunities for me to hear the perspectives of our parents, employees, students, and community members. We had many others who submitted written comments and responded to surveys. Through this listening process, I learned that this community deeply values its schools. When we asked our community about the quality of our educational programming and how trustworthy our organization is, we received consistently high scores, and our community believes that we value and respect the cultural diversity of our students and their families. Congratulations to you. This is very good news. And we also learned about some areas that will need our attention in the coming years. For example, when asked about whether or not students' social and emotional needs are being met by FCPS, only 30% of our students agreed, while 51% of parents agreed, 58% of employees agreed, and 36% of the community agreed. We have all been concerned about the overall health and well-being of our students, and a lot is being done to support our students. With that said, we need to continue to find ways to strengthen our relationships with our students in our schools in the coming year. New this fall is a crisis-linked text messaging tool in partnership with the county that will provide all of our students with a way to text for help 24/7. This system was piloted this spring at 2 of our high schools, and we had more than 25 students who used the system to ask for help, and even one student whose life was saved. We also learned that we need to work on our culture. When asked if FCPS is a responsive and caring culture, only 54% of our students agreed, 67% of our parents agreed, 73% of our employees agreed, and 57% of the community agreed. The culture of this organization, the culture of your department or your school, is the primary responsibility of leadership. We, all of us, are the keepers of the FCPS culture, and as such, we are all culture building every day. We want to establish a consistently positive, responsive, and caring culture for all of our employees, our students, our parents, and all of our stakeholders. We want to create and sustain a positive and supportive culture in which to learn and to work. We all know people throughout FCPS who do their regular jobs in ways that are so extraordinary. Now we have a new way to recognize these terrific employees. It's called FCPS Cares, and you can highlight an FCPS employee in 2 ways: by completing an FCPS Cares card, which will be distributed to your schools or workplaces, or by going online to the FCPS homepage and completing an FCPS Cares form. When an employee receives an online FCPS Cares card, the employee supervisor will be notified with an email. It's a great way to recognize those people who so deserve the recognition. We also ask that all department heads and school principals to create a spot to display these FCPS Cares cards so everyone, including our parents and stakeholders, can see all the extraordinary work of our employees. We have started to shape the future of FCPS and our path to becoming the very best we can be. We intend to continue to be a best-in-class school system, and having a supportive and responsive organizational culture is essential to the future that we are working to create in FCPS. Last year, we convened a group of more than 70 different stakeholders, including business leaders, parents, master teachers, and school leaders, and asked them to identify the skills necessary for success in this rapidly changing world. We recognize that core knowledge in the disciplines is very important. For example, we need students who are able to compute, who are able to apply the scientific theory, but we know that this is clearly not sufficient for success in this global economy. This stakeholder group created the FCPS Portrait of a Graduate that will serve as a foundation upon which we are building a long-range strategic plan for the school system. And it will serve to lessen the focus on standardized, high-stakes testing and place greater emphasis on engaged students, project-based learning, and authentic assessments of student learning. The Portrait of a Graduate, which I believe is not age-specific, and you could almost describe it as a portrait of a learner, will ensure that our students are collaborators, communicators, creative and critical thinkers, global citizens, and goal-directed and resilient individuals. Do you remember why you became an educator? Do you remember why you loved school? I believe that when we are able to fully implement the Portrait of a Graduate, we will have created the learning experience that will bring back the joy to learning with project-based learning, capstone projects, and more authentic assessment. We have the Portrait of a Graduate now available to all of our employees on our intranet. This document will not be made available to the public until the Education Summit in October. So I invite you to take a look at it and think about how you might incorporate these 5 areas into your classroom and your schools. Many of you are doing this kind of work already. Please know that the Portrait of a Graduate work will not create more work, it will simply be a different type of work. As we begin this year, I am more optimistic than ever before that we are headed in the right direction and that future remains bright for FCPS. I will continue to seek your best ideas and solutions. I thank you all, every one of you, for being a part of FCPS, for providing leadership in your departments and schools, and for championing for our students. You and all of our FCPS employees are what makes FCPS so special. Thank you for all you do and have a great school year.